Hello everybody, welcome back to Motorsport Manager. Time for our second race of the 2019 season. And we're going to get a little bit more into some unfortunate details about our new dynamic this year. Before we do that though, let's just take a quick look at the mail. Susie Perry, that's a long repair time. Interview with BBC. Kelmy's agent's been telling reporters all over town you're interested in signing his client up next season. Onward to our pit crew, just under 11 seconds. Decker with the win, and our new engine build. I want to take a quick look at our car here. You can see, like, last year we had a few hundred. The engine was at 440, I believe. The announcement that GMA made, Jean Todt, the chairman, that they were going to be lowering some performance and making for tighter racing and all that. Realize exactly what was going on, but I think this is where they reset all of the parts lower so that performance in the higher tiers doesn't reach too high of a level. I didn't think it would happen this soon though, fourth season. And that sort of throws a wrench into all of my off-season strategy, because I could have gone a little bit higher on the performance of the chassis, probably would have if I'd known this was coming. Really makes it hurt that we did not get promoted, because I think the level that they set your parts back to, clearly 100 points here, is based on what tier you're in. So if we had been promoted, we'd be in a much better position. So that really sucks. And then also for this year, like, our drivers are now up to fairly good with Menezes being added, but like, for example, AMG has significantly better drivers than we do overall. And so since they've roughly equalized the cars, we could really struggle against them. And of course, after that first race, we only have a small lead. So for now, I just need to get into continuing to design better parts, but this could be a much rougher year than I expected. And really, this is the only one worth getting there. Could just go with that and then boost up the next one. We're only going to get 20 out of this one, and that's probably once we get the test track in. Of course, we can't do it yet. That plus 20 may or may not be worth it. So for now, I'm going to go with this, and I may not want to go any higher than that. We'll go on to some other parts afterwards and then see what happens. So there's $1 million out the door for that scenario. And then let's take a look at our pit crew. Well, Martz will be an upgrade at the jacks for us, but I don't think any of the other ones are worthwhile. So let's get rid of those. Let's see what we want to switch around here. And there's Martz. Stamina's not that high, but we don't have an 18 at anything, so he's going to be an upgrade here. We'll put him on the front jack, his best spot. And I think we're a little heavy on people. I want to get rid of some, especially now that we've got this in place. Fedeschi can go out on the rear. Takes us down to 10.12. We're still 6th overall. And then who's our backups? I think here we're going to want Fidel Miguez, so we can get rid of Bogdan. And then Del Rosario on the other side. Well, no, Tupi. Well, Tupi's good enough to help out on the tires as well. We'll keep both of them, Del Rosario and Tupi. Keep both of them around. Fidel Miguez, the other backup. And then what about our tire situation? Got to get Bardsley out of there for sure. Put Locklear out instead of Schoenfeld. And I don't think we need the 14s on the tires. So I can get rid of Del Rosario. And then we'll also get rid of Zavaleta. There we go. And that has us down to a more manageable number. Our usual 6 backups. 16 or higher. Everybody out on the grid. And there's our repairs in. Okay, so for Phoenix, we're most interested in the engine and the spoiler. And here's an interesting thing that's, I don't know why this is an issue. but apparently our reliability is maxed out at 80%. And that must be one of their new things with the new dynamic that the chairman was talking about, but I do not like it. Or commissioner, whatever his job is. I do not like it at all, because I'd rather go up higher than 80%. But it's not going to let us. Okay. So engine and spoiler, regardless. And then, you could argue, what about getting this one up? Because we've got to boost the engine for this race anyway. Is that going to be close enough? It says 5 days after the race. It would give us less reliability on the parts that aren't crucial. But I think we're going to be okay there. I think we can just barely pull this off. I'm going to go for it. Give us one superior engine out there for this race. .45 laps, no lap record. Spoilers, and Zengo looking particularly good in those. That's not good. The other cars developing their parts, and now we're way down. Again, I don't like the way the whole reset works, because it appears that it's just sort of throwing us under the bus for all of the, benefits that we've gotten the last few years. The hard work going into the car, making the parts better, all of that. It doesn't matter now, because it just sort of equalized us with everybody else, and we're second overall in the car already. Yuck. But I don't see that there's anything we can do about it. Okay. Einer Bohm would like to see the addition of Milan fail, and he's going to bribe us. I don't care about 250K. Go take a hike. Menezes tipped as a driver to beat. Good. Claire Decker will be looking to add to her trophy cabinet. And Sebastian Loeb hoping to see improvements. And there's another engine in. Okay, so we just want to get the low-level designs done at this point, I think. Well, that may very well be a max engine, so let's see. Well, we don't have these in yet. Pull you out of there. So we're probably not going to want to go any higher on the engine, and if we do, we can't do it yet. So I want to just knock out some of the other parts, and the spoiler is the quickest one to get done. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, this is up to 88%. Is that a misprint? Alright, in any case, let's get the new parts in. So let's go ahead and give that to Menezes and give Decker the new one. Everybody's happy. We're predicting to finish first and third now. She'll have a faster engine as the weaker of our two drivers, at least on paper. And there's our bonus. Okay, 30 degrees for the race, 28 for practice. High fuel burn, very high tire wear. Softs and mediums. Definitely probably going to be looking at mediums here. And with the equalizing of the cars, obviously the part development as quick as possible is going to be crucial. It's also going to be really important, just the random luck from the grids, whether that goes our way or not, especially here early in the year. We're very average on that for the first race, so I'm hoping our luck, that we can get some decent luck on that, because I would really like to get a strong result here and get out to more of a lead. I think medium tires are probably going to be the thing. Let's see, 45 laps, so we could get away with probably 2 here. And I think, you know, Menezes' a strong smoothness should really help us. And we'll see about Decker later if she's got enough. But I'm definitely going to try to go for that. I didn't have drivers with enough smoothness in the previous seasons to get away with 1 stop on this track, but maybe our drivers now are good enough to do it. So both drivers looking decent coming out. More speed, says Vaneborg. But Menezes likes the way his car is set up there with the gears. Okay. Too much focus on the low speed corner. So there's a lot of them in this track, but okay. And more weight in the front, says Menezes. I think we're going to hit level 3. Yep. Took about 4 minutes to get there. So level 3 on the mediums and the race trim, and then we switch into softs and knocking out our setup. So I think I'd like to get about halfway there, make 1 stop, a 2nd stop later, 3rd stop at the end. Wants softer handling, okay. And I think we'll come in for this lap. So right now we're looking very middle of the pack and sliding down, even though most of the other cars are also on medium. So again, it's not looking great for us, but practice is practice and we need to make adjustments. Both drivers form also sliding down. Yikes. Svaneborg, your car is terrible. 60%. And I think we need low speed cornering. I don't care what you say. I'm sticking with that. Because a lot of these corners just are sharp. Period. Handling, you wanted more oversteer. Well, we can't move it much higher. But that does make sense. You say you want more speed, so we'll give you that one. I'm not sure if that's best, but we'll give it to you anyway. Let's just see what that change does. Menezes is better, but not great. 80%. Okay, that's pretty good for a first try, actually. Let's also move you down this way. If I'm wrong, I'm going to be wrong with both cars. Oversteer. Let's go with that little bit more top speed. Let's try that. Okay, so let's knock out the rest of this, get to our level 3s, and then see where we're at. Svaneborg does like the cornering, and so does Menezes, so just knowing the actual basics of the track was better than actually listening to the driver. Quite often the case, but boy, our times, they're pretty bad. No two ways about it. We're going to go around one more. Svaneborg moving up to 20th. And then we will come in. Okay. Menezes says the handling got worse. We could switch to soft tires, but we're not going to get any race trim out of it anyway, so I'm not going to spend the time. I just want to get the setup right now. All I've really got time here is for a change and one final reading, as they'll get part of a lap. %, still lots of work to do there. Okay, so cornering went from poor to great. Handling clearly needs to go the other way. So let's see. Just add that a little bit more. Let's try about there. Let's try that. See how that works. We've nailed the cornering for Menezes, who is up to 89%. We really got to improve the handling. Okay, we need to go back the understeer direction again. So let's try that. Now, which way do we want to go on the speed? Kind of like to just leave it there. Let's give that a shot. I'm thinking just now I should have come in one more time for another change, another adjustment. I could end up paying for that. Probably will. But I still will have start of the race adjustment, so I'll have one more whirl at this to get things as good as we possibly can. Okay, likes the handling. Yeah, we're not quite there. We're close, we're not quite there. Got to make some good adjustments on race day, or we're going to be in trouble. Crappy practice. Let's hope that doesn't carry over. Nothing about us. Nobody complaining. All right. So we are starting 2nd and 18th. Decker starts at the front again. Menezes starts at the back. What is up with this? Now, this is a little bit better than last time for him, so we're actually slightly above average, but still, we're going to go mediums. And this race could be all about the adjustments I'm about to make. Yeah. I think we're going to be not super aggressive on the tires. It's going to hurt us at the start, but we've got that 15% performance boost. And then we're going to try to just only come in once. Tire wear is high. So I think I'm going to keep the tires just on neutral from the beginning. I'm not going to fry them at all. Okay, you're at 98%. I like that. Let's just see if we can improve it at all. Poor. Great. Great. And then let's see. Okay. Okay. Great. This was okay. I think a little bit more understeer. Yeah, I think I'm confident that at the very least, I'm not going to make it worse. That should not make it worse. Okay. So we'll go with that. And then only 94% for Menezes. We've got more work to do here. On the handling. Good. So we definitely want more understeer there, and then we really got to get this speed balance. Great. Great. Okay. And then let's do more acceleration. Then pull this back. Where was... Yeah, okay. So I want even more than that. I think that's about where I want to be, and then... Yeah, I'm going to run with that. Really don't like not being sure, but it is what it is. So that should put both drivers in at least a competitive zone. Now, neutral on that. We're going to go all out on the engine. But we're not going to overly bake the tires because I need the tires to last. Got a 7 from Decker in second place alongside Georgi. And at the back, Menezes only with a 3. Yuck. I hope he can pull a rabbit out of his hat. But we're going to ride along with Decker, who has a terrible start. Dropping back to 3rd. Menezes to 19th and then back up to 18th. Yep. And Decker not doing too well here at the front. Menezes moving up a bit. Was up to 16th, now 17th. Decker in 4th. Appears to have settled in now, though. Fourth and 18th. Oh, wait, Menezes only 2.9. Just stinking it up back there. Yuck, and he's gonna have to hope for help later on in the race. That's obvious, unless he picks it up and starts driving halfway decent. Maybe there's a reason he was unemployed, but there was nothing showing on him that was particularly negative. He's just had, as far as I know, form is just a matter of luck, and he's had very bad luck. Now that's Timo Shader off on the lead, but Decker by far still the farthest up car that is on medium tires, and is competing pretty well with the softs here. Got stuck behind there, but managed to pull it off on the turn, and Menezes down to 20th. Dude, seriously. Decker trying to hold off, was that Katzberg? And not going to make it around that turn. Yep, she's fading now. Driving a solid 6.8, but we're playing the long game here. We're going to go down to high now on the gas. The nice thing about Phoenix is it is not a hard track. Well, nice or bad depending on your goal. Decker up to 5th. But it's not a hard track to pass people on if you've got the speed. So I don't have to worry about so much positioning in the field as I do just performance of the car. It's a speedway. Down to 21st. So Menezes not improving his form, and he just continues to fade. And Decker's form slipping as well. But of course, as the soft tires wear out for the other drivers, she will improve that part of it. But right now, AMG would have a sizable lead over us. And I really don't want that to happen. They got Shader in 1st. Ours back in 15th. So it's just the one driver. And if we can move Decker up later, lots of things that can happen. Still lots of traffic around here. Shader is out by 4 seconds. But everywhere else we're doing okay. Menezes, form improving somewhat, and has moved up to 20th. Not looking great, and may not even be able to hold off Munnings. 3.6, so at least he's slowly improving. There are worse places to be, Decker. I'm okay with this. And before we run out of tire on this next lap, I think I'm going to do a neutral gas check. Menezes up to 19th, passing Albuquerque. slipping again. Oh, there he's up to 4.1. Decker's driving down to average. She's holding right off the back of that 2 through 4 set. And you can see Shader's tire is much better than the rest. His softs holding on almost as much as our mediums. I'm thinking he's probably got like basically maxed out smoothness. Inez is flickering a lot there, but manages to hold in 19th. Okay, so 39 laps to go. We got about 0.05 out of that one. We're going to drop back to conserve on the tires. But we can push higher than this. We're going to get 0.05 per lap. We can push for a while longer on the fuel, so it's definitely what I want to do. And look at this. Menezes is actually driving better than Decker at the current moment. So let's see. Maybe he does something here. Feel like he's gaining on these cars ahead of him. Just sort of looking for the opportunity. Not gaining by a lot. We got only another lap or two of pushing the gas, but then I hope I can go to a little bit of neutral on the tires. I'm going to need to keep Decker on conserve for a while, but I think I can really max out the tire wear with Menezes. Decker, if I do that, according to the way I'm calculating it real quickly in my head, she'll run out of tire a little bit before I'll actually want her to pit. So Georgi has broken away a bit. Still Engel and Katzberg right ahead. Mortara right behind. And losing a spot is Menezes. Given how tight this is, I don't know that we're benefiting. I'm going to go medium with Decker and see if she can get away with that. Close racing in front and behind here. We might have a little more fuel to burn, but I'm going to call it here. Now let's just go ahead and speed this up. Looks like Decker is holding solid. Really, the fact that Menezes is driving as well as he is and still stuck in 20th, really disappointing. He's going to move up, I think, with the pits, if nothing else. But, still don't like it. Switch back to conserve. I definitely want to stay on conserve with Decker so that she can do the one-stop strategy. Alternating with Menezes, I think, is right, and then we'll have a little bit more fuel to burn with Decker later. So I like where we're at overall, and there's Guerreri making a stop. There's our first hint that we're going to get a bonus with less pit stops than the opposition. I'm just going to have to really hope that plays out for us, but this has traditionally been, like Munich, one of our more difficult tracks. Decker hanging with these cars, even though they're on soft tires though, may not catch Shader due to his superior tire management, but should catch all the rest of them. I can see Decker finishing second, really biting into AMG's advantage. Hours down in 15th. Don't think he's going to get up much farther. I don't like the idea of splitting this track though. What I need is for Menezes to make a charge. Will eventually happen, I believe. I'm going to want to pit at lap 23, halfway through the race. So we got several more to go, and there comes everybody else except for Shader. And already we're getting a repair. That's Munnings. And now all of a sudden Menezes is up to 14th. There will of course be a lot of bobbing and weaving, ebb and flow to that. Still looking good. Our fuel is basically tracking, so I think he's got enough fuel, a little bit more to burn later, not much. 7.2, 7.3, his driving's getting better. How much will that actually matter? Of course, he does have the weaker engine. Decker has the better one. If I'd have known they were going to shoot him in the foot with his starting position, I might have reversed that. There's only so much you can account for, though. Looks like he's doing some slowly catching up here now to, that's Agren. Shader looks like he's going to make it to a one-stop strategy. I just don't see us catching Timo Shader. Be nice to get Menezes ahead of Auer, who is only less than 2 seconds ahead. Right up there. Meanwhile, Decker pulling away from third place Mortara, whose tires are dying. And well back of Shader. So Decker is just sort of hanging out in her own free land. Got to get through about 5 more laps. And I don't have the tires to boost her back up. We've got to keep her right where she is. I should be able to go neutral with Menezes for a bit. This is probably a good time. We're in some traffic. Let's see if we can do anything with it. Right behind Chadwick, Ogren, Berman. And there's Poppy Orr having to repair. I'll back off, maybe get one more aggressive run at it. And there's Shader pitting. Decker is in the lead now. And that's the thing, if Shader, that's a little bit early for Shader, because hitting on lap 20 and going back for softs means Shader's going to have to go for 2 stops. And that means Decker could win this. Of course, Shader's going to gradually catch up to us now. Not really my concern at the moment. So if Decker were to win, and right now, even with no points from Menezes, and our getting a couple, we still would be extending our lead. So that's what I've got to hope for here. Then, of course, as other people repair and pit and everything, Menezes could very well move up into that top 10 and start getting us some points. Decker not losing that much. It is losing some time, but not as quickly as I thought it would. There goes Auer into the pits. So I definitely do have some hope for Gustavo as his form continues to rise, and yet he can't make passes. But definitely some hope for him to do better than he did in finishing, I believe it was 9th in the first race. And there's Decker with a lead of almost 6 seconds coming into the 23rd lap, which means it's time to switch tires. And Menezes, will wait for you to cross that line. And you're now up to 10th. But you're going to give that up to make your stop. Now we really need our pit crew to do a bang-up job here. This is going to be our one stop for each driver. We're far enough apart, plenty of time to do them on the same lap. But I need no mistakes here, guys. And there's Decker into the pits. Shader will retake the lead for now. .86 seconds, no mistakes. Go neutral on your way out as you are in 9th. Benani repairing. Into the pits is Menezes. Comes out in 18th. And we'll neutral it here as well, now out in 20th. So we are now 9th and 20th. And we're not going to hang out this low, but if we did, we would drop all the way down to 3rd in the standings, 20 points behind. But of course, we've got to wait for all these drivers to come into the pits. Decker, the 2nd place driver who is pit at all. So hanging out ahead of Katzberg and Georgi. There's no way she finishes lower than second, and I think she's going to get Shader eventually. I should have used the rest of her fuel back there before I pit. But as she's coming up on some traffic here, I don't see any reason not to do it now. I think Menezes is falling a bit behind in terms of fuel. I don't want to use that much here. Boy, Decker, you need to work on that lovely form of yours. I'm going to go ahead and let Martin come into the pit. I don't think I want to use the rest of that fuel when we're not in a clear space. Michigami, that's a big repair. Not so much for Decker, but yeah, now we're clear for a bit. And Chadwick. Not going to be too long till you come in. Let's go ahead and switch back to medium. Yeah, Decker, you are just not getting it done in the driving form department at all. Go conserve. Weather in Phoenix, never really a concern. Track's just going to keep getting faster. Temperature's going to dip a bit. Let's go ahead and get moving a little quicker again. Yeah, Menezes is going to have to drop back on the fuel at some point. This is not that point. Right now we want to hold off Berman, who may finish the race on those tires. Probably not, but might. It'll be close. Probably will actually eke it out. There's Martin going by. So those are both drivers that are a threat to him. Decker up to fourth. Will soon get by Chadwick and Norris. Thankfully, Form bouncing back and Norris repairing. As is Georgi, as is Rakelmi. Okay. Boy, Norris didn't repair for long. And Menezes is right behind. But probably will stay behind. Still, 3rd and 13th. Chadwick still has to pit. And then, of course, Shader, Hamola, Habsburg, Ogren, all of them going to have to come in. But our looking like he will stay ahead of Menezes, which is unfortunate. That's not certain, but it's the way it looks now. Munning's repairing again. And I sort of want to let Norris burn off some of that tire, so I'm going to stay on conserve and go after it a little bit more later, I think is the strategy here for Menezes. Decker. Now up to second. Chadwick just switching to fast tires to go after it again. Now, if Shader was able to stay out there, it'd be well ahead of the rest of the field, but behind them. So the battle does seem to be, as it was last season, the early season battle is between us and AMG. Menezes seems to be faster than Norris. I think this is a good time to go after it, given that's the case. If he's going to be faster than Norris on conserve, then if I move to neutral, maybe he can get that pass. Doesn't have any fuel to use. Whoa, already? Boy, that spoiler's hurting. That's not good. How we doing? Just fine. So that form limitation, or the reliability limitation, is really going to hurt us in terms of being able to use all our fuel. I think we might end up just dropping a lap or two of fuel later on in this season at the start of things. So Shader was able to pit but still come back out ahead of Decker. Gained enough time. So that's that. Shader's the winner. Decker is second. Menezes, though, is up to 10th. Go conserve on the tires there. Ogren coming in. Up to 9th. So yeah, AMG's going to take the lead from us, and I don't think we can stop them unless they have to repair or something. Gotta hope our car continues to improve, and we can somehow catch them later in the season. It usually gets stronger as the year goes on, not weaker. So, but neither one of them have had to repair this race. You can see now that, who is that? That's Martin, really trying to get by Menezes, and I don't have anything to fight him off with. Yep, there it goes. Back to 10th. Nagy goes wide, so I still maintain 9th. I'm going to try to get some fuel back on the inside of the track. I don't want to do it once we start speeding around. Ogren has retired with mechanical issue. Right after having gone in, just didn't want to take the risk of repairing the part, I guess. Now we'll go back to medium. And Menezes looking like he wants to go right back after. I'm going to go up to neutral here and just see if I can close the gap with Decker at all. Probably can't. There's Nagy right behind. If we go to low and neutral, see if we can save the gas on the interior of the track and still stay ahead. So far that seems to be working. But I think we're stuck in ninth. It'd be another ninth place finish. Decker second instead of first. And the thing is, we've got a good lead on the rest of the field. But, as of course we learned last time, there are no bonus points for finishing second. There we go. So yeah, I think starting in the next race I'm going to start backing off some on the fuel. Leave a lap of fuel in, and then I won't be able to go as aggressive on it. But also, I'll be that little bit faster the whole race and still maintain reliability. Now that we've got a little bit of a lead here with Menezes, I think I've just got to go low. And yeah, I don't even know if that's going to be enough at this point. I didn't realize we were quite this far in. He's got 2 more laps to go. Definitely got to keep him on low to be able to finish the race. Conserve and low for Decker as well, because she may not have enough fuel. Yep, final lap for her. Menezes is going to catch up enough. Shader with the win. Decker thinks second is okay. She was predicted to finish first. Menezes predicted to finish third. Comes from 18th up to 9th. So once again, he's disappointed. His morale is going to tank more. We need him to get a good race, and soon. There's Timo Shader. So it was not a terrible day, but it hurt. Both the AMG drivers finishing ahead of us. Fastest lap to Maro Engel. Decker still the leading driver, Shader in second. Menezes drops to 13th. And that's our problem. Him starting at the back. Although Decker has benefited from finishing at the front, so you really can't blame that too much. We've got a solid leg up on everybody else, but can we catch AMG? Looks like that's what this year is going to be about, unless somebody does a late season charge like ComToyo did last year. We can do a lot better. Claire Decker just told me. Yeah, well, we didn't, though. Solid showing by each driver in terms of form. 6.2 didn't get Menezes any farther up in the field. And happiness went down, but marketability up. Because we only finished third. We get our bonus. And we have some work to do, make no mistake about that. They have our car still as the first, but so far that has not been enough. So next time we'll head off to Rio de Janeiro and see if Brazil is any kinder. Till then, thanks for watching, everybody. Motorsport Manager will continue.